Hello, 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 everyone. So, I've been getting a lot of questions about keto. So, I am just going to come on and tell you what I know. And again, keto diet. Diet to me is kind of setting yourself up to fail. So, the ketogenic diet has so many great features to it. We've gotten over our fear of fat. Yay, congratulations. Eat your healthy fats. There are a lot of benefits for the ketogenic diet for people to kind of balance out, their blood sugar and things like that. But for some people, the ketogenic diet is a freaking nightmare. If you are not ready to talk about lady stuff, hit stop now because I will be discussing monthly cycles about the keto and how it affected me and some of the things that you might want to think about before going on a keto diet. And again, it is a keto diet. Diets don't work. If you're looking for a fast way to lose weight, kind of give your body a restore, and you're going to use this keto diet as a cleanse, as a detox, as a temporary solution to kind of get you back into the gear of things, I'm on board 100%. But I also think that if you do it long term, for certain people, it will have adverse effects. For me, the adverse effects, here comes that TMI. I'm telling you to turn it off right now if you're not ready to talk about lady issues. But I went on the ketogenic diet and I ended up having my monthly friend for 10 weeks. I threw off my hormones so bad that I am still trying to fix them. I did all the stuff. I kept my fats, 70. I kept my protein around 20 and I kept my carbs at 10%. And I was feeling great. I was dropping the weight. I was doing all the things, but I wasn't sleeping. I was constipated all the time. My poop floated because of all the fat, which not necessarily isn't bad. I'm just telling you what I experienced. And realistically for me, it threw me for a loop. I also went hardcore. Some of the other things you have to think about if you are going to switch over to something that is completely different from your body is baby steps. Do it slowly so your body kind of has time to get used to it. Because first, for me, I got the keto flu. I had a freaking cold, miserable, nasty, sinusy, gross thing for almost 2 weeks. My body ached. I felt like crap. I was like, oh, whatever, this will pass. And then I got energized. I was, regular bowel movements. I was feeling good, blah, 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 blah. And then it came time for my monthly cycle, and it didn't stop for 10 weeks. I started breaking out, with acne. I started getting more bloated. I started doing all these things, and I had left processed food behind. I had just really made this shift and was really focusing on the healthy things. So just know with the keto diet, it can be really good to restore. The healthy fats are freaking amazing for your brain, so eat those fats because our brain is mostly fat. So if you're not giving it healthy fats to fuel it, you're giving it carbohydrate garbage. Again, it's going to be body to body. That's why when I work with my clients, I go through this discovery because everybody's body is different. Your body might not handle the fat like someone else's body. Your body might need carbohydrates, good carbohydrates. I'm not talking about white bread or cookies or whatever it is, because that crap's not good for anyone. Don't care who you are. Sugar, whites, all of that stuff, not good for anyone. I think there are a lot of benefits of a keto diet as a detox. I think there are a lot of great things in tracking the keto, diet and things like that. I think the keto diet brings a lot more mindfulness to your eating because it requires a lot more effort. because if you are really keeping to the strict keto where you're like 70-20-10, you really have to focus on what you're putting in your pie hole every day so that you can actually make this diet work. And I keep saying the word diet and it makes me cringe every time I hear it. So I have been asked a couple times in our Healthy Habits party group that you can join. Lauren just asked, what are my thoughts on the keto diet? And I've heard it from quite a few other people lately because it is everywhere. Because we've finally gotten away from this low fat, high carb processed food diet. And we're all waking up and realizing that healthy fats are good for us. And healthy fats are good for us. However, a diet is not the solution. So my first question when people ask me this is, why are you considering the ketogenic diet? What are your end goals? Are you just trying to lose weight? Are you trying to get more energy? Are you trying because, maybe you're like me and you're like, I'll do anything to try to make whatever your ailment that's, like for me, it's my fibromyalgia, trying to make that so my symptoms go down. Well, it made all my symptoms amplified and made me feel like crap because it's not good for my body. So first, why are you thinking about the ketogenic diet? Second thing is, if you're going to try it. Know it's going to suck in the beginning because your body's going to have to get used to it. But really be prepared if you stick the 70-20-10. If you're really focused on that and you become hyper focused on the ketogenic diet, you may drive yourself freaking crazy because you have not crowded out things. You have not made it a lifestyle. You've not made it sustainable because now all that you can do is think about, what am I going to eat? You're focusing on the things that you can't have. You've just given up pretty much every carb. We're coming into summer. Do you want to give up your fruits too? Because if you're keeping those carb low, you've got to stay with those super low glycemic fruits and vegetables. And, you've got to I hope leafy greens are amazing for you because to keep the actual balance of what's the ketogenic diet, it's really hard. And you become hyper focused on your meals because you have to. Eventually you can kind of roll into an adapted ketogenic diet, which is, something like you're not perfect. You're not 70-20-10. That you've eaten more vegetables and your carbs are a little higher, or heck, you decided to eat an entire watermelon, whatever it is. You've decided to do that. Maybe an adapted ketogenic diet might be good for you if you want it for long term. If you are looking for a fast weight loss, a fast way to cleanse your body, to kind of give yourself a little bit of a restart, I think a ketogenic diet for a temporary amount of time is great. And if you can add in the intermittent fasting where you are shortening your eating window during that time so you can really let your digestive system kind of rest and not get as much, and start teaching your body to learn to burn fats as energy instead of just carbohydrate and protein. What I tell people is okay, think of yourself first in a Formula One car. Those are your carbohydrates. So you floor that Formula One car, and by the time you get to the end of the block, you've burned a gallon of gas. Okay, then you take something you have a Corolla. You floor that. To burn that 1 gallon of gas, you get to go a little bit further. You didn't get there as fast, but you went further. And then you have your healthy fat, which is your moped that gets 90 miles a gallon, I feel like mine got when I was a kid. And you floor that, you're going super slow, but you have passed everything else on that 1 gallon of gas you have, and you have that sustained energy. And that's how I just decide what a way to tell you the different ways to burn your fuels burn for energy. So with the ketogenic diet, I think it's great short term, especially if you have excess fat, because you are teaching your body to be fat adapted, and you are teaching your body to use fat for energy. So if you do this with intermittent fasting for a short period, you can burn fat with what you're eating. But if you intermittent fast and you shorten that eating window during those fasting hours, when you are getting low on energy and your reserves are getting low, your body will dip into fat. Remember that fat stores hormones. Fat stores toxins. So when you start getting those out, if you do it too fast, you will make yourself sick. And that's why a lot of people get the, keto flu. For me, it just put me into a tailspin, which is part of my autoimmune disease that I have. And it wreaked havoc on my body. So I have adapted it. My favorite, I call it my Gen diet, is a balance between like a little bit of Mediterranean, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, a keto paleo, sugar-free, really low on the allergen level and the intolerance level diet the other days. So 2 days a week, I let myself have, the Mediterranean diet that has the healthy grains. And why I like that is because your body doesn't know what it's getting. So if you keep giving yourself the same thing every day and it keeps building up and building up and building up, and it's never surprised, it's not going to release what's there because you're using what you have. But if you change it up where you might be doing, higher fat on a couple of days, and then you do, Mediterranean on a couple of days, and then, you kind of add a balance. But it's all for your body. There's no right or wrong answer in nutrition, which is why it's so hard and so frustrating. I know that the keto diet will help most people lose weight, will help most people feel better, will help most people get on that started path. The thing I like about keto right now is it is such a fad diet that you can get crap anywhere. And by crap, I mean they have these keto fat bombs. Well, you can make them at home, the healthy version of them, but they have these keto fat bombs that you can buy in the store, and they're full of chemicals, just shoved full of chemicals. It's how you approach the diet. It's how you approach things. It's how you make things work for your body. If you have any more questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them. I'm not sure if I've even answered your question. I'm not 100% sure what your question really was about the keto diet, but I felt like it was too long to write, so I wanted to share it with you and share it with others because, again, the ketogenic diet is great. It has some amazing benefits. I personally, for me, and for most of the people that I've talked to, it's worked great as a cleanse or a detox. For me, it made me really miserable the last time I did it. However, as I get my hormones healthier and I get myself out of these autoimmune flare-ups, I might try to do a keto diet again as a cleanse so that maybe I can give my body that time to restore. But it's about what your body needs. If your body doesn't adapt to fat well, then you're going to fail. If you do it too fast and you get miserable in the beginning, you're going to give up. It's a diet. So if you're talking about the ketogenic lifestyle and you want to make that part of your lifestyle, then we can really talk about how to crowd out and how to make that work so that it doesn't take over your life. Just like any diet, just like any fueling system for you. It's all about figuring out what works for your body. Sorry, I just whacked my mic. For your body so that you aren't constantly, seeing what's on the outside like, oh, look at this over here. I can't have that. you are thinking like, oh, look at all this abundance of things I have in front of me that fuel my body, that light my fire, that charge up my life, that make me run around in the park like the crazy kids, where all the adults, again, my favorite thing is they're all rolling their eyes because I'm going down the slides and I'm running around like a crazy kid, and I'm the only adult there doing it. So it's a choice. And again, if you want, I'm not 100% sure what your questions are. If you have more questions, let me know. I'd love to continue this conversation. So I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.